Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be recreating a piece from 1983. Bob Ross created this piece originally in 1983 and it's called Mt McKinley. That was season 1, episode 2. If you guys want to check it out, I will have a link down in the description to the Bob Ross YouTube page. You guys can see the original artwork. As a matter of fact, after you watch this full video, I recommend checking it out and letting me know how close I was able to carve my piece to his original painting. So that's what this is. We're going to try to recreate a painting Bob Ross originally did in 1983 using a chainsaw and a block of wood. That's the plan. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe guys, and let's have some fun. have to start with a base. Let's see. I think we're gonna start with a white. Now, every time I use this white, it smells like cat pee. Rust-Oleum. If you ever watch this, which I'm sure you won't, because I'm not a big enough, don't have a big enough following, but your white Rust-Oleum paint smells like cat pee. Just not sure if the cat's peeing it for you, and that gives it that nice white color. Whatever it is, you guys should change that. Maybe change it to dog pee or lemon fresh. I'm not sure. But it's probably the worst smelling paint I have ever used. And yeah, good times. All right, so we're gonna be using an ivory bisque to start our color. We're gonna kind of coat everything. Nice base color to cover up any dark spots. And that white will shine through in some other spots as we get going and adding other colors. There it is. This stuff smells. Boy, everything's getting white in here. It's alright though, the clouds gotta have a little white in the sky, our mountains do. This will help some other colors shine through and pop. Alright, a little wildflower blue to start putting in the sky. I'm not sure if we're gonna just leave that or if we're gonna have to add some white for our clouds. We'll kind of see how it shines through here. Not worried about getting it on the mountains. Boy, that wildflower blue, that's a pretty nice color. It's pretty darn close to like a nice blue sky colored day. I'm just saying words, I'm sorry. I hope you guys are having a great day though. Hope this Wednesday is awesome and this is a nice little break in your week. Give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe if you guys are enjoying these videos. Whew, paint fumes will get you. Well, Bob Ross didn't have to deal with that, but you know, he probably was working with lead paint. Just guessing. Not sure. Probably should have researched it. Alright, let's see. What do we want to do next? Looking at the original, I think we are. I think we're going to add some white over that blue. I'm just kind of going to create some wispy clouds. Nothing too, like, dominantly crazy, but just enough to kind of look like the sky, you know? Because that's what we're doing here. We're creating the sky. That might have been a little too much up the middle there. I don't like it. It looks like two lines. It's alright. It's an easy fix. We come back with a little wildflower blue and just kind of blast it in there a little. There. That looks pretty good. Hope you guys are having a great day. So I'm actually using ivory white right now. Not the white we used in the backdrop. This is just an ivory white. I think that's going to be it for our clouds. Now, that back white that we used, that was an ivory bisque. And the white I'm using for my clouds are just ivory. What's the difference? The ivory's a little bit more tinted, I guess you could say. So let's give this a second to dry, because we're going to put a piece of cardboard back here so that we can do the mountains and everything and not get overspray, because that's always a big deal. Let's see, what do we want to move on? So I think what we will do is start moving on down here while this kind of dries. We'll start adding some colors. Now, there's a lot of green down here. So the first thing we're going to do is use a little meadow green, as long as the can works. And see, the problem is I remove the tops and I have nothing to spray. They get clogged up on me. Let's see here. Let's see if we can steal a top from something else. Alright, let's see if this metal green will work. It doesn't really want to spray well, but that's alright. It's pretty bright. Pretty darn vibrant, I'd say. I have to keep shaking the can, otherwise it won't spray. Oh, what a day, I tell you. What a day. Alright, so we got a little bit of green on there to start. Now that was awful. That was a bad experience. I'd rather not do it like that again. We got a little spring green this time. Let's see if we can get a coat of spring green. I'm going to use a little piece of cardboard here for a backdrop to just kind of cover up our mountains a little bit, hopefully. So I'll get a ton of green on those mountains. And this green's pretty vibrant. You probably won't stick with it though, because we're going to have to really tone it back. Alright, got some spring green on there. Now we did get a little bit on our sky in the back, so we're going to grab, where did we put it? Our wildflower blue again. Come over here and just kind of dust it on there a little bit. Our mountains. This will be a little block so we can paint our mountains and not get those colors all over the sky. Now the mountains are predominantly just white. We're going to go back to some ivory bisque to start. Top off the blue that was oversprayed in the green with just a little more white. Now paintbrush would make life easier, but you know, I think attempting this with spray paint is a real challenge, you know. There's a valley in here that could have been carved out a little bit better, but there is, and we're going to try to just sort of take this French blue and see if we can kind of mimic a dark valley. Now that did not come out very well, so it is what it is. You just roll with it, right? So it's okay though. We'll take a little white again, mist it over the blue, leaving just the dark in the center. Gives us a little bit of a valley kind of look. Now we're gonna let that dry. We have some rocks to put in and some lower trees, but I kind of need this to dry before I do the rocks, because when we use the rocks, do the rocks with a gray and a rag, and I don't want it all over. So what we're gonna do next is kind of do a different green back here and start darkening our trees and then move into the water. So I'm gonna actually take a Satin Hunter green for our trees and just kind of start working around misting it on. And I'm kind of doing it from the top, like we're spraying down. And this will still leave some of the lighter, brighter green. And not just do away with all of it. Almost leaving like highlight kind of look. There are some spots I want dark, like in between the trees. I'm gonna make it look like a shadow. We did that. Obviously I got dark green overspray. We'll take care of that right now. That ivory bisque again. I'm laying that on pretty thick, so it'll just stay white. Hopefully too many colors won't shine through. Alright, it's looking pretty good. So those trees are green. We got to think about that water down below, because down here is a lake and there's trees here as well. So actually those lower trees are pretty dark. We're gonna take that hunter green again. And we're just gonna kind of mist it in here. Now while that's still wet, we're gonna take a rag, try to get rid of some of that green that we don't want in places. It's kind of like pulling the white down. Okay, so we have our trees here and the mountains behind it. Oop, I touched my blue. Goof that up a little. It's alright, we'll put a rock in there in a minute. Or we just, you know, go ahead with a little bit of French blue and just touch it up. Why not? Just a little French blue. Alright, so we have our trees, we have our mountains and our gullies. Now we gotta come through and kind of paint our lake and our stream. We're gonna go ahead and use a little vintage teal for that. You know, it's fun playing around with colors. I'm not some professional painter here, guys. I'm not even a professional carver in my mind. I'm just somebody who has been lucky enough to make this my day job and chase this dream of creating art for a living. Will it always be this way? I don't know. You know, you'd like to think it would be, but it might not. So, all right, we got our lake and our little stream. Now we gotta start thinking about some other colors that have to go in here. We want to have our lake to have just a little bit of the tree effect, kind of like a shadow. So we're gonna bring that green in real close, put it on kind of heavy. Take our rag, kind of just see if we can pull it down just a little. This is supposed to be water in here. Kind of see, it gives us a little bit of a shadow look. Not a lot. It's kind of tough not using brushes, you know. Alright, I can live with that. So we have our hard trees and then like a shadow of the tree on the lake. Alright, so below our evergreen trees we have some smaller shrubs. They're still pretty bright, but we're gonna go ahead and hit those with, actually I grabbed a hunter green. I want to grab a different spring green. Now we used this spring green to start. We're going to use this spring green right now. It's funny, they're both spring green, two different companies and two different colors. It's alright. I'm going to mist this down here. Tell you what, that paint control sometimes is a little testy. Alright, so got that spring green down on the bottom. Now there is a little bit of color in the foliage. I'm seeing a little bit of like a tan, so we're gonna try this rustic orange. Now hopefully we don't mess it up, but it's gonna kind of go down here and give us a little bit of a, I don't know, like a foliage sort of color. There we go. Ooh, a little too dark on that, but that's okay. We'll come back with a little more spring green. There we go, tone it down. Well, that looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the way that's turned out. So I think what I'd like to do at this time is take a little bit of gray and let's start putting in the mountain range right here. We're gonna do that with a rag and the gray. I'm just gonna load that rag right up and dab it on. And dab it back where there's no paint. Kinda just sort of adding rocks to that range in there. Now up through these mountains there's some bare rocky spots, so we're just gonna kind of make that happen with this rag. If you have to, you reload it. I know this hasn't been a very good teaching video. It's kind of tough, you know. I guess all I can really say is be inspired to try new things, in all honesty, because you just never know. Alright, so there's some bare rocks on our mountains. We got the lower mountain range, the smaller trees. Now what I'm thinking about doing is possibly adding a little bit of a shoreline. We're gonna use a little bit of nutmeg. I'm gonna come in like this and mess it up. Sometimes that's just the way it is. Okay, so nutmeg wasn't very well controlled. That's all right. We'll take our vintage teal, go over our water again. Just kind of bring it in like that. Oh, it's coming along nicely. I want to cover this back up with some green again, just a little. Oh yeah, that looks really nice. All right, we're back. We're giving you guys a little look over here. I had to take a break, quick little break. You guys might not even have noticed, but my wife brought me out a nice little iced chai. Not bad, not a bad little drink. I goofed up the grand finale, didn't I? Sorry. There it is though. There is the piece overall. Some of the sawdust on those cardboard pieces stuck, but you know what, we'll leave it, we'll let it all dry, and then they'll brush off. I like it. You guys let me know what you guys think. Listen, I'm gonna try to link the original video in the description, the original painting that Bob Ross did, 1983, Mt McKinley. Guys, you know, give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and then go check out the original painting. Let me know how I did, let me know how close I got. 1 to 10, what do you guys think? Halfway decent? Pretty good? Having some fun, relaxing? To be honest, that's what this is all about. Having fun, relaxing, breaking up the day-to-day, and just kind of disconnecting from all the nonsense. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I hope you guys had fun and enjoyed, and keep an eye out as we're going to try to do another one of these next Wednesday. I'll see you guys later. Bye.